Imagine you're taking a stroll through coaching and consulting land and you come to a fork in the road. The path on the left leads to low-priced products, grumpy clients, and little money for your hard work. And the path on the right is shiny and bright. It leads to awesome clients, high pay for your hard work. Hell, there's even a magical unicorn aptly named Premium that's offering you a ride. So let's be honest, you want to take the path on the right, you just don't know how. Maybe it's because you think your audience doesn't want to pay high prices. Maybe you think you're not good enough yet to get paid more. Well, let me show you that you can literally get paid very well and get awesome clients right now already, even if you're a beginner. And now here's the kicker: when you execute all the 3 steps I'm telling you here, you don't even need a large following, you don't even need a website. But all this is like a chain. You have one broken link and your chain is useless. So it's absolutely critical for you to understand how each link in the chain works, so you make sure you pay attention to every point I'm making here. And I want to start this off by telling you about my client Giselle. She's in the relationship coaching niche. She's charging around $125 per hour, and that's really the highest she could push it up. And people kept saying things like, well, that's quite a high hourly rate you have here. And it was just a huge uphill battle for her to charge those $125. But she also didn't want to charge less because she felt like she deserves to get paid well, and maybe you can resonate with that. So there's a beautiful quote by famous boxer Bernard Hopkins. He said, if you don't know your own value, somebody will tell you your value and it will be less than your worth. So there's a couple of key things to get pricing right as a coach. Number 1, charge per end result, not per hour. Why is that so important? Well, the end result is connected to a pain in your prospect's soul, so to speak. People are willing to pay more to fix a problem and get rid of that pain, as opposed to focusing on what an hour of your time is worth, which will be very hard to justify. So let's say, for example, you're a relationship coach. Instead of just charging per hour, say, hey, listen, our goal is to rekindle your relationship. Our goal is so you both feel confident in the relationship and you love each other again. For that, we're gonna work the next 8 to 12 weeks together. Price for that is $3,000. So now you're connecting the pain that they're having right now and the end result that they wanna get to with the price, and you move away from your hourly rate. Let's say you're a business consultant. Instead of charging for an hour of your time on Zoom, find an end result that you can deliver and say, for example, listen, over the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to work together. We'll probably be able to add another 15 to 30% of your profitability on top of what you have right now. Price for that is $25,000. So you can also see there, higher profitability, and all I have to do is pay $25,000. That's very easy to justify. As a fitness or nutrition coach, instead of saying an hour Zoom session with me, you say, hey, I'll help you look better naked. I'll help you fit into your favorite pair of jeans again. I'll help you feel healthy and prolong your life for 3 years. Those end results are always much more easy to justify as high prices. So when you connect your price to an end result that you deliver, you can and you should charge high ticket prices, which means, of course, at least $1,000. On top of that, it's much easier to scale because you can, for example, hire a VA that does the outreach for you to get you more clients. It will be very hard to pay that VA with the couple $100 that you get per client. But when you're getting paid multiple $1,000s per client, you just take some of that money, you pay your VA and have them do the dirty work for you of reaching out to new clients, right? Later on, when you're running ads, it's super easy to be profitable with a high ticket product as opposed to a $50 product that you're trying to sell. When you post on social media without a following, same spiel here, you don't need a big following because all you really need is 2 to 3 clients to make $5,000 a month. So again, it's much easier to scale. On top of that, you'll get much easier to work with clients. But more about this in a second, because before we get to that, you might be thinking, hold on, $1,000 to $2,000 price point, that's quite steep. How do I justify such a price? What is fair to deliver? Let me tell you this. Charging $2,000 for an end result is way easier than charging $200. And the reason for that is high prices create a win-win scenario. Your clients win because they're bought in and they know they're working on getting to an end result. Also, they'll get much higher quality service from you if you do it right. So here's what you need to do. Number 1, start with one-on-one coaching. All right, you can literally get your first couple of clients coaching them one-on-one on Zoom, over text, or on call once or twice a week. You can even later on delegate that. But what's cool is when you start one-on-one, you can create an A-B outline to your program, meaning A is the point A where your client's getting started, right? If you're a fitness coach, that's the point where they're overweight, they're unhealthy, unhappy, and point B is where your client wants to get. which in a fitness example is your client is shredded, they have muscle, they feel healthier, they feel more confident, and so on and so forth. It's always a clear path with that A-B outline, and it's always results oriented because you're looking at point A and all the small little milestones that you have to deliver to your client until they get to point B. So your client always has the next milestone in their vision, and it will be far easier for them to get through the program. And then on top of that, you add my hidden little secret, is what I call the Tornow accountability system. So at each point of your client's journey between point A and point B, your client should have at all times a implementable step that they need to work on right now with a corresponding deadline, which means exactly your client will never have to wonder what's next, what do I need to do, but they always have some sort of homework until a specific time and date that you hold them accountable for, and they always reach these little mini milestones. So for example, you're a relationship coach. Week 1 of working with you will be, hey, try to listen to your partner. Write down as many times as you can whatever they're saying, just as an exercise. And you do that until Friday, 4 p.m. your time. Boom, so they're working on that. So now they have a list of what their partner said. Okay, great. Next homework for us is try to have active conversations that are empathetic. And I want you to have 10 active conversations that are empathetic until Wednesday, 4 p.m. your time, and so on and so forth. So you can literally give them an accountability of implementable steps every single day, which keeps them engaged. They keep getting more and more small little wins that they're stacking up, and they're overall just much more excited to be in your program. Now, high prices are also a win for you because of that A-B outline. You will soon notice that most of your clients have the same A point where they're getting started and the same B point where they want to get to, or at least roughly the same. Now that means when every single client is roughly the same, the things you teach them is going to be roughly every time the same, which means for you, it's a repetitive process. It's almost like a conveyor belt. Client comes in on the left, gets pushed through the conveyor belt and comes out on the right as a very happy client. Now the cool thing about that is you can then literally have those clients create the program for you that you can then automate more and more. So let's say you're a fitness coach and you realize, hey, most of my clients have the same mindset problem and I have to teach them every time. Well, instead of teaching them on Zoom, I'll just teach it into a video. And now I just send them the video and I say, hey, client so-and-so, listen, I want you to watch this video because it will teach you this and this and this. And over time, you'll see more and more patterns of your clients. They all have the same kind of problems, and you create videos or PDFs or worksheets for each and every single one of these problems. And that creates a corresponding video course on top of your one-on-one. A lot of coaches, they want to start by creating a video course, but then it could be that the video course is just wrong, or it's not needed, or it's not the right fit for your clients. But when you have your clients create that video course for you by coaching them one-on-one first, and then just creating the videos around it, that's the secret to automation, and you automate it more and more. It's really, really epic. That of course means it's much easier for you to over-deliver and get results because every client is roughly the same. And you're working with high-paying clients one-on-one as opposed to them just going through a cheap video course alone without any sort of help, which will result in a loyal customer base because these clients will get epic results, they'll be super happy, and that increases what we call the lifetime value of a client. You'll literally see this after 3-4 years in this niche. You will see clients that have been with you from the get-go. They've spent $10,000s or sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years on you because they love what you do, and you create so much more value out of each and every client, and everybody wins. You can then even incentivize your clients to refer you more of their friends or family or colleagues. You can give them commission on top of that. It's absolutely insane looking at our monthly recurring revenue, how much of that is coming from referrals from our happy clients. And we incentivize them. We give them multiple $100s, sometimes even multiple $1,000s, depending on the size of clients that they refer to us. And we want to be fair with that commission. So it's absolutely crazy. I've seen so many digital consultants and coaches never needing any ads budget or followers because the word of mouth from their existing first couple of clients was just so strong that they never had to do any of that, right? All right. So that's what I do once I have high-paying clients. But Max, I've never sold a thing before, let alone something worth several $1,000s. How do I sell at such a high price? Well, let me hit you with this. A whopping 85% of coaches and consultants I have worked with over the years never sold anything before, yet they still make it work. The question is, how? Brian Tracy actually has a great quote on that. He says, approach each customer with the idea of helping them solve a problem or achieve a goal, not of selling a product or service. And something that helps new and existing coaches sell even more is what I call the bridging the gap framework. And this is the exact thing that I teach my private clients too. So since you've stuck with me for this long, I believe you deserve to know. So what I want you to do is imagine there's a point A where your prospect is right now, right? We've mentioned this before, and they want to get to point B, their goal. But there's a big cliff in between, right? Now you need to come in and bridge that gap, bridge that cliff, which means specifically you hop on a quick 30 to 60 minute Zoom call with the prospect and you use the following guideline. Number one, ask your prospect about point A. All right, Jimmy, so what's brought you here? What's your situation right now when it comes to your fitness, to your physique?
All right, so I've gotten to a point now where I've gotten fatter over the years. I just love my girlfriend's food too much. I don't have a lot of time. I'm so focused on the business, and it's just gotten really bad lately. So I really kind of, want to get in a better shape now.
Number two, then ask your prospect about point B. All right, so in regards to your goals then, do you have specific goals in mind of where you want to get to when it comes to your physique and your kind of like overall physical health?
Well, I definitely want to lose weight. I want to burn the belly fat, and I also want to build some muscle just to, kind of look better.
Number three, ask them why they want to get to point B. All right, so you want to burn fat and you want to gain muscle. Why is that important for you? There's got to be some reason why you want to do that.
Well, for me, it's of course looks-wise, but also health-wise is really important. I want to feel attractive for my girlfriend, and I also want to have, more energy and be a better role model for my kids. I don't want to be the fat, lazy dad,
Number four, the consequences of staying at point A. All right, so those definitely honorable goals. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question real quick?
Yeah, sure, of course.
What happens if you never reach these goals? Let's say a year from now, you're still at the same spot where you are right now. How would your life look like?
I would hate myself. I wouldn't be respected by my kids. My girlfriend would maybe even leave me. I would be a weak man, and I'm getting older, so I know it's only going to become more and more difficult for me.
And number five, the consequences of getting to point B. All right, it's definitely a terrible, painful future there. Now, let's say you do step up. You are working on your goals. 1 year from now, 5 years from now, how would your life look like?
Well, I would certainly look better naked. On top of that, I'd have much more energy to play with my kids. I could help them with their homework. I could go outside with them and do more stuff. And on top of that, I would probably have more focus for work, and I would probably make more money too.
And all you have to do then is you ask them what is missing for them to get them from point A to point B. All right, so you want to have more energy for your kids, you want to look better, and you want to have more energy for the business. What's keeping you from getting there? Why aren't you taking action now already? What's holding you back?
Time is a big one. I don't have time to do all this cardio. I hate running or anything like that. I would never do that. Plus, I just have no structure. I don't know what to do and nobody to hold me accountable. Then
they'll probably tell you roughly more about the problem and kind of the solution that they're looking for. Then all you have to do is you tease them the solution in your own words. All right, Jimmy, so after knowing your situation, I can give you a pretty good step-by-step plan on what it is that you need to be doing right now. If you want me to share it, I can absolutely do that.
Oh yeah, please do share it. Let me grab a notepad here real quick, actually. Yeah, I got pretty ready here.
All right, so you can write down that you want to be fighting on 3 fronts here, basically. Front number 1 is food. And when it comes to food, we want to get into some sort of food structure where between Sunday and Friday, you can eat a proper diet. I'm talking about high quality meats here, fruits, vegetables. You really want to stick to that because that will help you with the fat burning. However, you also said you want to have, enjoy your girlfriend's cooking. So Saturday is lasagna day, is girlfriend cooking day. That is where you can have an awesome meal that your girlfriend prepares for you.
That sounds actually pretty good. That definitely makes sense to me, yeah.
Front number 2 is exercise. So here we want to be focusing on muscle building exercise. So we're going to do heavy compound lifts 3 times a week. I know you're busy. That's why I would say 3 times a week is kind of like the 20% that will get you 80% of the results. And then front number 3 is cardio. This is where you want to have a walking routine because you told me earlier you hate cardio. So if we implement a walking routine where you do a couple thousand steps a day while you're doing your business calls, you should be good to go. You connect the solution to your pitch and boom, you profit. And that is what I would implement with you over the next 8 to 12 weeks, Jimmy, because the end result is really that we're going to get you to a level where you look better naked, you have your confidence back, you know, your girlfriend finds you attractive, and you also have enough energy to be a really good role model father for your kids. Price point for that will be $3,000. I'll be working together with you for the next 12 weeks. So what do you say? Let's do this.
I don't know, Max. I mean, it is pretty high price, but at the same time, I think this fits pretty well, and this is exactly what I need. So yeah, let's do it.
Now, you just need to keep repeating this process, and this is how you're able to sell high prices as a digital coach or consultant, and therefore tap into what Forbes estimates will hit $350 billion a year with that industry. And if you want me to show you exactly what I teach to all my private clients in order to succeed as an online coach or digital consultant, I'm really talking about the play-by-plays here, you can watch this video by tapping here, where I also give you free worksheets in that video only given to my private clients usually. So I'll see you there. May the force be with you.